Imagine waking up from a deep sleep, gasping for air, with absolutely no idea who you are or how you got there. That is the exact nightmare one man finds himself in, trapped inside a futuristic hibernation pod. And when he finally forces his way out, he realizes the other two people in the room are dead. Stumbling toward the observation window, he tries to get his bearings, but the stars shining outside doesn't look right. The light is harsh and unfamiliar, missing the specific warmth of our own sun. This navigation map reveals a terrifying truth about his location. Tracing the trajectory from Earth, it shows he isn't anywhere near our solar system. He is orbiting Tau Ceti, a star 12 light-years away from home. He is entirely alone on a dead ship in the deepest reaches of space. And thanks to a severe case of retrograde amnesia brought on by his long hibernation, he has no memory of why he is out here in the first place. Slowly, the fog in his mind starts to clear. He remembers his name, Ryland Grace, and with that comes the memory of a microscopic alien organism, dubbed Astrophage, that had begun aggressively consuming the energy of our sun. This is a direct image of the solar surface, normally burning bright, a dark layer rapidly multiplied across the sun's exterior. Astrophage cells were draining our star. This chart projects what that means for Earth. Global temperatures plummeting 15 degrees Celsius over just 30 years. That rapid freeze would trigger the mass extinction of all life on Earth. To stop it, humanity pooled its resources into one desperate, one-way mission, Project Hail Mary. They sent Grace out here because Tau Ceti was the only star in the local cluster that was completely immune to the astrophage infection. The stakes are absolute. If Grace cannot reverse engineer whatever is keeping this specific star safe, everyone on Earth will freeze to death. But before Grace can even begin his observations, a massive shadow blocks the light. Emerging from the deep darkness of space is an enormous, highly advanced alien vessel, dwarfing his own human ship. The two vessels physically dock, forming a makeshift tunnel between them. Waiting on the other side is a being Grace names Rocky, a heavily armored, rock-like alien mechanic who navigates without sight. This visual comparison shows how they bridge the gap. They have no common biology and no shared vocal cords, so they rely on the one language shared across the universe, mathematics. By building models of basic chemical elements and matching them to numbers, they slowly construct a working vocabulary. Through this painstaking translation, Rocky shares a grim reality. His home planet, Arid, is suffering from the exact same astrophage infection. His crew also died on the journey, leaving him as the sole survivor. Two distinct life forms, floating alone in a distant star system, realize they have to rely on each other. Finding a way to communicate and work together is the absolute prerequisite for both of their planets to survive. Together, they trace the astrophage to a nearby planet they name Adrian. It is a hostile, chaotic world, and they have to force the ship into a violent descent through incredibly thick, toxic layers of green gas to gather physical samples. When they pull the samples back aboard, they observe something highly unusual. The astrophage population in Adrian's atmosphere is completely stable. They aren't multiplying out of control like they are on Earth's sun, meaning something in this specific environment is actively keeping them in check. Fascinated, looking closely at this microscopic diagram of their samples, the reason becomes clear. Floating right alongside the astrophage is a completely different microbial alien life form, a natural predator they call Tamamoeba. This animation illustrates the biological defense mechanism in action. The Tamamoeba target the energy-rich astrophage, rapidly consuming them and multiplying until the threat is entirely neutralized. Safely harvesting these microscopic hunters and transporting them back to their respective solar systems is the definitive cure. The solution is finally in their hands. With the cure secured, Grace cacks the living Tamamoeba colonies into a set of automated probes, programming them for the long journey back to Earth. But in the sterile environment of the lab, an unexpected mutation occurs. Isolated from their natural habitat, the Taumoba adapt quickly, developing the ability to dissolve and eat through complex synthetic alien materials. This diagram of the ship's structure reveals a fatal complication. Rocky's entire vessel, including the tanks holding his fuel, is built from a material called xenonite. We see the mutated microbes easily dissolving the rigid xenonite barrier. Heavy, Grace is hit with an impossible choice. He has enough fuel to return home and watch his planet survive. But if he leaves, the microscopic life form will consume Rocky's fuel system, leaving his friend trapped to die a slow, agonizing death in the vacuum of space. He makes his decision. Grace launches the automated probes towards Earth, abandons his return flight, and fires his thrusters to chase Rocky's crippled ship. 12 light-years away, humanity receives the returning probes. Scientists immediately breed the Talmoeba in massive quantities and deploy them directly into the sun, successfully eradicating the astrophage. And this photograph of Earth proves the mission's success. The vibrant blue oceans and swirling clouds remain intact. The catastrophic freeze never arrives. As for Grace, he reaches Rocky in time. The two friends travel to Arid, where the alien civilization builds him a custom Earth-like biosphere. There, the man who saved 2 worlds spends the rest of his days teaching science to young alien students. 2 vastly different species managed to dodge total extinction, and it was only possible because one teacher chose to place the life of a friend and radical cooperation above his own ticket home.